What a Stranger Things day it has been. Wow. Just wow. Your eyes are not deceiving you. That is Demogorgon gameplay right there. And that was the re-release trailer for Stranger Things for Dead by Daylight. It is officially back. Stranger Things is back in Dead by Daylight. And I am so happy. It looks like I placed my bets correctly because Stranger Things is back. And I had guessed that it was going to be. All of my theories were pushing towards Stranger Things coming back to Dead by Daylight specifically this year in November, and I am so glad to be correct because we have everybody back. We got the Demogorgon, we have Steve, we have Nancy, everything is back, including Hawkins' lab, which is absolutely crazy. So I'm so glad to be correct in my theories, and I just hope that going forward, my theories are just as credible. With the reintroduction to Stranger Things into Dead by Daylight, we not only got the re-edition of our characters, but we also got the re-edition of the cosmetics, which is great because we can now play as Scoops Ahoy Steve again, which is absolutely amazing. And for those of you wondering, yes, Jonathan Byers is still a cosmetic for Steve Harrington, so you can still play as Jonathan Byers, which is great. I am so glad that they didn't remove anything. I personally did not own all of the Stranger Things content in Dead by Daylight before, so I made sure to purchase absolutely everything. Steve, Nancy, the Demogorgon, Jonathan, I made sure to get everything because I am a huge Stranger Things fan, and I did not get the chance to buy them before they left last time when they were first introduced to Dead by Daylight. I am also a person who plays a lot of Fortnite, and as you know, Stranger Things was in the item shop for Stranger Things Day, and I spent a lot of money on that game too, so this has been a very expensive Stranger Things Day for me, but I am not at all mad at that because I have had a great Stranger Things Day, and I hope that you did as well. So being correct about my Stranger Things theory has me and probably some of you wondering, am I also right about my Vecna theory for Chapter 30? Will Vecna be joining Dead by Daylight as a Chapter 30 killer? Well, there are many hints pointing towards yes, in fact he will be coming as our Chapter 30 killer, and other points pointing in a different direction, so let's get into that. Now let's start off with our biggest piece of evidence, Stranger Things coming back to Dead by Daylight. Now we know that indeed Behavior did have a relationship with Netflix, just like I said in the past. So Matthew Cote was not lying when he said he couldn't say anything about their negotiations or their relationship. He simply just didn't want to spill any beans and spoil anything. So what is he saying now? Well, a few of my subscribers have been saying to me that there are no further plans for Stranger Things in Dead by Daylight, and that Behavior has come out and said this themselves, but I simply cannot agree with this because this seems to be a misquoting of what was previously said. A lot of you are saying that no, this is it for Stranger Things, we're not getting any more content, and that's not true. What we have seen is that they have no further announcements today for Stranger Things content, which means what we got today is what we got. So anything coming Stranger Things is going to be in the future, nothing to be announced now. And 2 days is still technically the future, so we could have Vecna drop for the PTB on November 8th the way that he's supposed to. Keep in mind, the PTB will be dropping on November 8th. This is non-debatable. This has been confirmed multiple times by a lot of trusted data miners and a lot of trusted leakers. So we are indeed getting our PTV on November 8th. Not like last time how we thought that we were getting it a certain week and we had it pushed back. No, this time it is for sure. Having a PTB drop this close to the reintroduction of Stranger Things and 2 days after Stranger Things still seems like a little bit of a hint. Keep in mind we have not received any teasers of any sort from Behavior, so maybe the reintroduction of Stranger Things was the teaser, and this is them trying to tell us, hey, Vecna or Stranger Things related content is coming for Chapter 30. As happy as I am with the return of Stranger Things to Dead by Daylight, of course I still want more. And funny enough, Dead by Daylight and Netflix both know this and have made comments about this very thing. So like many of you, I follow leakers very closely for Dead by Daylight, and Dweet is one of my favorite Dead by Daylight leakers. And he was very happy to have Stranger Things come back to Dead by Daylight and shared this on Twitter. He got responded to by both Netflix and Behavior, and this is what they had to say. They're hungry to play more. Totally killer. What an interesting use of words. Now, I could be reading into this a little too much, but using the term totally killer and then referencing play more makes it seem a little bit like Stranger Things is trying to tease that we are going to be playing more, maybe with a totally new killer. And that should make you think. A new killer? Who? Vecna, for Chapter 30, on November 8th in the PTB. How great would that be? Now, I do realize that this is a stretch, but I still have some of the old evidence to back this up, some of the same evidence that I used to say that Stranger Things was indeed coming back to Dead by Daylight. Keep in mind that we got the leaks that Dead by Daylight was working on Hawkins' lab again over a year ago. they were probably going back and reworking things to make the new killers who have added to the game ever since Stranger Things left work on this map. So we knew that they were working on this a year ago, which means they must have had a relationship with Netflix around that time and got permission to start adjusting things. They were already planning ahead. And we know that a new chapter takes between 9 to 12 months to develop, so what makes us think that they weren't already working on Vecna at the same time that they were working on Hawkins' lab? We really don't know for sure. So if Vecna truly is our Chapter 30 killer, then they would have had a year to perfect him. They would have been working on him from anywhere between 9 to 12 months, which is how long a chapter takes. So no, it is not too short of a time to drop Vecna. They probably had this relationship with Netflix for a very long time, which means they've been working on Vecna for a very long time. So it wouldn't be that big of a surprise to see him drop as our Chapter 30 killer paragraph. A lot of my subscribers have also been saying that the new Halloween event might be the testing for a different realm within a game. This might be the testing for Vecna's Upside Down. If this truly were the case, then yes, I would argue that he cannot come as our Chapter 30 killer, because if they're testing a brand new realm in this Halloween event, the Halloween event just ended, so there's simply not enough time to get Vecna out in a timely manner to see how this realm was received. And if that really is the case, then no, Vecna will not be our Chapter 30 killer. But if they've been working on this for a year, then maybe, just maybe, Vecna will be dropping. If Vecna was introduced to Dead by Daylight, I do think that his claw would be his weapon. That would be the thing that you would hit survivors with. Or maybe they can use some sort of telekinetic ability the way that we see in-game with Sadako. If that is the case, I do think that Vecna's power is going to involve the Upside Down, or maybe even his mind layer. So the introduction of a new realm in-game seems very appropriate for when they add Vecna into the game, because I do think he'll be sending other survivors into the Upside Down. Think kind of like the way that Freddy Krueger used to work when he was first introduced into the game, except this time, instead of sending survivors into a dream realm, Vecna will be sending them either into his mind layer or into the Upside Down. How sick would that be? Alright, enough speculating. What do we know for sure? Well, we know for sure that Stranger Things is indeed back in the game and will never be leaving. So we also know for sure that Behavior has a relationship with Netflix again. This means that they can continue to add additional content into Dead by Daylight, including new cosmetics, and hopefully even some legendary skins like Eddie Munson or Joyce Byers. So they could, if they'd like to, make a Chapter 2 for Stranger Things. Nothing is stopping them anymore because they now have the license, and who knows what the contract with Netflix says. When asked about Stranger Things back in Dead by Daylight, Behavior has said that this is only the beginning, and that sentence right there is so exciting. Who knows what new things from Stranger Things we can see joining the fog. Now, if I am indeed wrong about Vecna coming in Chapter 30, I know for a fact that he will be joining Dead by Daylight at some point. Hopefully we don't have to wait an entire year for him to join, but he is guaranteed to join at this point, because Stranger Things is indeed back in Dead by Daylight, and if we needed a new killer, who else is it going to be other than Vecna? So if this truly is just the beginning for Stranger Things and Dead by Daylight, then our future looks very bright. If Vecna is not our Chapter 30 killer, he will be joining eventually, and that's good enough for me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for being at my side at this amazing Dead by Daylight journey. And yeah guys, I'll just catch you in the next video.